Hi everyone, Maria here, and welcome to Season 1 of GGUTTALKS, GGUTT, a podcast focusing on business and tech for good, experience design, and gut feelings.
They still have a lot of babies. So they've all doubled their population in the last 15 years or 20 years, and they're all projected to probably double, or most of them, in the next 15 or 20. So Uzbekistan currently has almost 35 million people, just Uzbekistan. And there are 1.5 million, I think, at this point, high school graduates every year in Uzbekistan, but only about 150,000 university places. And you sit and take an exam to get in, and you don't get in, well, then your life path is generally blocked.
Yeah.
And so basically, we're trying to change that. So currently, most of the universities, there's quotas, they're state-run. There's only that 10% that get in. They're fairly expensive for the locals, and most are in the capital, Tashkent, and they're state-run mainly, and so on. So what we're trying to do here is to hit this middle and bottom of the pyramid, as we call it. So we're planning to open up blended learning, but primarily online university that will be affordable. By affordable, I think maybe we're looking at total bachelor's will cost $3,000. And basically the twist is this. We're going to have many campuses in the regions of the country. So this is going to solve a few problems. First, the last mile internet problem. So as you can imagine, the internet is not great in these countries, although it's improving. I think Uzbekistan is a double landlocked country. It's either the only one or one of two in the world that's such. So basically, if there's not good internet in the region or in the village or whatever, at least in our campus, there will be great internet. Doesn't matter where it is, which region. And we know that online learning can be very lonely. People drop out everywhere in the world. So this is going to be socialization. These centers will be test, study, and tutoring centers, as well as maker spaces, incubators, co-working spaces, you name it, at the same point. And another thing is, in rural areas anywhere in the world can be more conservative. And here, people don't want to send their kids, especially their girls, not all of them, but there's a subset of that population, out of the region for study. So here they can be right in their regional center and study. And the point of this is, too, we will initially teach in English, but we plan to develop courses in Russian also, and in Uzbek, the native language. And something else, people say, well, you're offering the traditional degrees. Isn't the world moving away from that? And I would say, to an extent, yes. But this is what the market demands right now there, okay? A lot of people study not for the education, just for the piece of paper, because that's what you need. We can't change that overnight. So we're starting with the degree programs, and then we're moving on we'll see what other kinds of things we can do, but we'll have the maker spaces, the incubators, and the so on as it is there. So that's something we're very excited about. And we just had our pitch with a major American university. I think it's going to be our partner. And if things go well, I can't make any promises. I hope that the office will be up and running 6 months from now, soft opening in a year, hard opening September 2022. So that's one thing. Another project you might be interested in is, the World Bank doing business indicators, that the World Bank ranks countries every year based on ease of doing business. So we have it's almost done, and this is developed with Uzbekistan. The coders are in Uzbekistan. We have a cloud-based system we're about to roll out that countries can take. We don't give the recommendations, but the World Bank gives a recommendation to X country. This is what you need to do. So what is their workflow on that? It's probably chaotic, right? They're doing emails. They don't know who's in charge of what, their Word, there's Excel. So we have this cloud-based system that optimizes and manages the workflow. So it's very easy for you to track your progress, what you have to do to benchmark against other countries, to do a ranking simulator. If you improve this, how much does your ranking improve? To see, who's in charge of what, to give differentiated access to different working groups and so on. So this is something.
I want to wrap up a bit just because we touched on some interesting subjects. So we spoke about, obviously, Central Asia as a region being an ancient civilization, but recent countries. We spoke about the mindset of the youngsters with whom it's kind of easier to, to create stuff, to grow businesses, to create businesses. We spoke about the new regime that, would influence and boost cooperation and growth of a region as a whole. We spoke about languages, about the evolution of and the population and the mindsets going back into that. We spoke about, city clusters and growing across national borders. We spoke about, those countries being rural, hence, and being rural, but also having an ever-growing population. But by the fact that, they are still rural and come from a Soviet, background, sustainability is kind of not, let's say, not at the top of the agenda, but getting there with, more education and access to information, where you come in with blended learning, as you're doing. And we tapped into human psychology, trust, gut feeling, constant self-development, and human emotions, culture and negotiation. And we ended kind of with pitching and empathy and the context and the people. So, Daniel, thank you so much for that. That was, I think, the longest podcast so far, but brilliant. I love it. I think it's always enjoyable talking and listening to you, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Great. Likewise, great to talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Before I forget, well, here are hats from various countries of Central Asia.
All right. So whoever is listening to the podcast should go on YouTube to see that towards the end. Oh, nice. All right.